Are you a copycat?
Me?
Yes, I am. I copy you.
We do tend to copy each other. I mean, if you're watching this on YouTube, you will see that we certainly are little copycats, and we always have been.
And if you listened on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're getting your podcast, you'll hear us say that we are dressed identically today.
We are dressed
And
identically, and always, even when we're just going on and about our regular business.
Unless it's only with our husbands.
Only, yes.
On private occasions.
Private.
Welcome to Get Real with
the
English Sisters. Hope you have fun listening today, because
Yes.
we're going to have fun talking about
We are.
mimicking people's behaviour, aren't we?
and well, yes, it's all about mimicking, isn't it?
It's all about social contagion.
It's all about copying.
Copying. I mean, we used to get told off for copying when we were little at school. Don't copy her. Don't copy him.
What?
Do your own maths.
I always used to copy my best friend's maths. God, I used to hate that. You just turned. What an awful. I mean, thank you, Helen. This is a thank you to you if you are listening. Thank you for letting me copy for so long, because you really helped me out on a really tough time when I was little at school.
I was always too terrified to copy anyone.
I just didn't know how to do it, so I had to copy.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just like dyslexic,
Well, I was
totally
terrible
did
at
whatever.
I wasn't good at it
You were
either.
better than me.
A little bit.
You
Not
were
that
definitely
much.
better. No, not that much, but you got your head around it more than I did. For me, it was
Tiny
just
bit.
like complete nonsense.
No.
I just couldn't understand it at all. So, and in those days we would be.
I mean, we're copying each other's body language now,
We
aren't
are.
we?
Yes,
We don't even
we are.
realise we're doing it. We
No.
just do it naturally, don't we?
Well, yeah, it's all about mirror neurons, isn't it?
Isn't it? Like the apes and the chimpanzees.
Yeah,
They
I-
copy each other.
They do.
mirror each other's behaviour.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
do
it's
humans.
pretty primitive, isn't it?
It's very primitive. I think we try and be all posh and, sophisticated, and we groom and we do everything we possibly can. But at the root of it, let's face it,
Animals groom too, though, don't they?
they do groom, yeah. You see the cats grooming all the time. Well, certainly cats do. I don't know about dogs. No, dogs do as well, don't they?
Everyone,
They're-
all
yeah.
animals do. They have, otherwise, how can they keep themselves clean? They'd be right little states.
Well, they are. Have
some
you
of
ever
them.
been to a safari? Some of them. I mean, like you see the
Probably
lions.
like some humans.
You see
they
the
don't
lions
take care
on
of them.
the
So-
documentaries. They look gorgeous, and then in the real life, they're so scruffy. Some of them.
There's some of them.
Poor
aren't.
things, yeah. Some of them aren't. Anyway, yes. Well, social contagion.
It's the proper way of saying it, isn't it?
It is a proper way. Yeah, really. It's just like, are you copying? What? What other people are doing? Like, if somebody in the office, if you're in your workplace, is getting separated or having a breakdown or going through a breakup, are you influenced by that?
Well, I'd like to think you're not, but I think we all are.
We are. You like to think we're not, but studies have shown, and we know that you are.
You are. So you're going to go home and ask about your own relationship.
You might not ask about it, but I think you'll be thinking about it and thinking, oh yeah, that happens in my relationship, that, yeah, I'm not that happy either. It kind of puts that seed of discontent in your mind in that particular case, and you start analysing and also criticising, maybe in a non-helpful way, your own relationship and your partner.
Yeah, instead of it being helpful.
If it's a helpful way and you're doing like this positive criticism and you're being all kind and loving.
Saying I would like to do this.
Yes, then it
to avoid this.
Yes, so if you come home and say, oh, I want to really avoid what's going on,
I'm really worried about
our relationship,
because so and so is getting divorced.
Yeah, that is what normally happens. It puts your relationship, because us humans, we all like everything to be, we don't like change.
No.
And we want to feel safe. And so if somebody else in our little world and our small environment, our little community is going through a breakup, a divorce, etc., then it makes us feel as if we're not that safe anymore. And it makes us wonder.
It's scary, isn't it?
It's scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think, why is it scary? I mean, it's just a co-worker. I don't even know him or her that well.
Well, it's upsetting. I mean, you feel for them, don't you?
You don't.
I mean, if you don't know them that
One
well,
thing
you're
is-
talking about someone you don't hardly ever see. Just
Yeah.
say hello to.
No, well, you don't have like intimate conversations with. It's somebody you'll see in the cafeteria, like, you know, or they send you emails all the time, and, you know, somebody that you kind of work with, but you don't actually go out on Friday night every Friday
It's like
with.
a warning, isn't it?
It's like a warning, yes.
Like a storm coming.
But you can feel that storm, whether you know you're going to feel the storm
but you
or
don't
not.
think it's a storm
You don't. No.
until it hits you.
Yeah, that's it. And then it does hit you. Unfortunately, with the social contagion thing, is that we do.
I mean, it sounds awful.
It is. Well, I mean, in the case of a breakup, it can be. I think as long as you're aware of it, really. I think if we all know about this social contagion, we think, oh gosh, yes, that person has just told me that they're not doing so great, you know. So maybe, why am I suddenly thinking about my relationship? Oh, I've been contagious by it.
I've been contagious, or is there already something going on in your relationship and that's put like a spotlight on it?
Let's face it, no relationship is perfect. There's always going to be something going on in your relationship. I mean, what
But
planet?
can you improve it though?
Yes, if you can improve it and you say, like, say you're not feeling that connected to your partner, and if your partner, and if you can ask for more connection, you can ask
You
to
can
feel.
ask for it.
And you can ask for it. And if it's a good, stable, and, you know, your partner will probably want to hear the fact that you don't feel
Well,
connected.
they might not want to hear it straight away, but they will listen eventually.
Exactly, yes, they will listen. So do you think the social contagion is a good thing in this case? Yeah.
I think it protects us.
It protects us then. So there's nothing to be warned, like.
No, I think there is to be warned.
So you think there is some kind of a warning out there?
I think so, because I think it's a bit like kids when they go in, when you have kids and you're worried about who they hang out with. Why are you worried about who they hang out with?
Yeah, let's face it. Why do they? Why do parents?
Why do they say one bad apple causes another?
God, I hate that. Yeah. But because it's always who's a bad apple.
I got tomatoes in the fridge. One got rotten, and they're all rotten now.
Really?
3 of them.
But I don't think that's because one tomato
Well, it
sort
says
of
they
sent the
do.
message. I think
They
it was
send the
just
message.
time that, come on, they were just all going to get rotten
So
anyway.
why they say one bad apple causes another one?
Because I think it's when you used to put apples in a basket, like
Well,
there might be
these are
one
in the
worm
fridge
that gets
together.
through. Well, yeah, maybe. Maybe they were all going bad at the same time. But anyway, I get the metaphor.
You do.
I get the metaphor, yeah. And I know, if as a parent, I also know that, yes, you don't want your kids hanging
Getting
around.
in with the wrong crowd. It's called.
Is that what it is called? Okay.
Well, that's what they call it, don't they?
And why would they care if you
why
get
would
in
it-
with the wrong crowd or not?
It's because you mimic their behaviour.
Exactly.
Sooner or later, it's going to affect you.
It does affect you.
And then it might not even affect you. Say if they're all going out and partying and taking drugs, you might be like the one that's more sensible, and you might not, you know, when you go
Yeah.
partying, you might not take hard drugs, but you might go for the softer drugs.
Yeah.
So it's still, even though it might not affect you so negatively as it would to another person, because
Well-
if you've already got more sense or whatever,
Yeah.
but it's still gonna affect you, or you're gonna feel
I
uneasy
think you're
or
gonna say-
unhappy as well. If you're the only one not doing something, you're gonna feel weird, aren't you?
You can feel lonely, yeah. Well, yeah, especially
So
if
that's
you're young.
where all the peer
the
pressure comes from.
adolescence, yeah. Yeah,
So
but
look for friends that are good for you.
even as adults, though, if you're out with a
As
group
adults
and
as
everyone's
well, it's the same
drinking, you know, I mean, I remember at first when everyone used to drink, I used to sort of have to pretend to drink and just
always
put
used to pretend
that
to drink.
fizzy water in a glass with the lemon and say, oh,
Yeah.
it's this, I don't
Gin and
know,
tonic.
gin and tonic or whatever it was. And it was just Schweppes or whatever, just fizzy water.
Just a bit of water.
Just a bit of, it was just a bit of lemonade, because otherwise you think,
Thank goodness now it's all right to say it, but
yeah.
before it was harder
It-
to
it
say
was
you were
hard.
non-drinking before,
it was, yeah.
especially in England,
Yeah.
in the
yeah.
UK.
In the UK, they do like,
Yeah.
It's kind of very social.
It's
to have
sociable.
sociable, yes. Not just to have tea,
Not just tea.
not just
To
tea,
drink a lot.
but to have a drink, yeah.
To have a drink, yeah. Like, why aren't you having fun? I remember when I first met my husband's family, you're not having any fun. You're not going to have a drink.
Because the
And I
drink
used
is
to say,
associated
no.
to fun, yeah.
No, thank you, I don't drink.
Yeah, but you felt weird, didn't you?
I did feel, I felt as if there was peer pressure.
And you poor thing. And now you drink more
Well,
when
no,
you're
because
around them.
they weren't that heavy going, thank goodness.
No.
But they would all like
They're
stare.
adorable.
They were adorable.
They're adorable.
But they would all say, "Come on, Violetta, have a drink.
Have a drink.
Cheers.
Join us. Yeah.
Sometimes I would have like a lager and then I would just drink a little bit of it. and then
Yeah,
give the
because you
rest.
weren't used to it.
I
Yeah.
wasn't used to. I wasn't bothered.
No.
Didn't particularly like the taste.
No. Yeah, that does happen so this is, what about like being contagious for like other things, like if someone gets married?
They all want to get married.
Yeah. Or when it's time, like when all the friends are like, one of them has a baby. Oh my God, the baby.
The babies.
The babies are super contagious.
They're contagious, but they can also cause a lot of stress and anxiety if you're not managing. First of all, if you don't want a baby,
you're not ready for
and
one.
they keep asking you, "Are you having a baby? Are you having a baby? Are you
Yeah.
pregnant? Yeah,
Yeah. Because
because
the whole
everyone
group-
else, and you're going to feel left out if you don't, and. Then I would advise you to look for other friends, like what our friend did, the one that she didn't have a partner, she didn't want to get pregnant.
She didn't want to know.
In the end, she told us straight, "Look, I can't hang out with you anymore because you're in baby land."
Yeah, you're in baby land and it's just boring
And I don't want kids at the moment, and I have to hang out with single people that are the same as me.
Yeah, and so she was right there.
She was totally right.
Yeah.
Because she was just getting depressed hanging out with us lot all the time.
Yeah, that's true. But that can happen a lot of the time, can't it?
I think
Even
so,
if you
yeah.
are kind of ready or you think you're ready to have a baby, but really you're just because a friend has had a baby and you're suddenly starting to think of having a baby and you feel like, oh my gosh, then you go home and you might start saying to your partner, isn't it time to have a baby? And your partner will say, where the hell has this come from?
A big shock.
A big shock. Well, what's I thought we decided on waiting for like 2 or 3. No, I decided to have a baby. And you might not realize you might have been just like contaged by the baby vibe. Yeah. It's a lot more contagious than what we think it is.
Do you find that you get contaged? I think you do. I don't know if you say contaged.
Well, you're affected. You're definite.
Influenced.
You're influenced. I mean, that's why the influencers influence people.
Well, right. They do influence.
They influence you more than what you think you know and what you think
They're
you are.
influencing you every day, so watch out.
Watch out. We're going to be...
There's an influencer about.
There is.
To influence you.
There's always an influencer about, even if it's not on social media and it's
It's
just
one of
your
your
family
friends.
members, your friends. There's always somebody and you can decide.
We're social animals, aren't
We
we?
are.
But that's also how we learn, I think. Because
Yes.
we learn from other people, don't we? So
Yeah, we do learn
we can
from other
absorb
people.
the good things, I think. The things that are helpful.
Yes.
It's
yes.
more useful.
It can be more useful, yeah, to use it to our advantage. The
Use
fact that
it.
we're already going to be contaged anyway. You
your
might as well be
advantage
contaged by
now.
something good. Yeah, so be contaged by what you...
It's like those good vibes that go around when people hold some mass meditations all over the world.
yeah.
You know how lovely it is.
Yeah,
They hold
and they say
vigils
that
and meditations.
that massive healing can occur.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
can
believe that.
you, I mean, that is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. Today I was listening to a podcast with Fern Cotton and she said The Happy Place, and she was saying, I couldn't live without a
lovely.
bit of magic in my life.
Oh, magic.
She was so cute.
Cute, yeah, I mean...
She goes, some magical things that happen, and I think that's a kind of magic when everyone gets together with good intentions, whether you're religious and you're praying or
God,
you're just
that's
meditating
amazing,
if you're not.
yeah.
And
And
you're
then just...
spiritual like us.
It's like...
Like a
there's
wonderful healing goes
yeah there's
on.
less violence. There have been studies that have said when large groups of people are meditating or praying that the actual violence in that particular city, in that particular area goes way down.
I know.
Isn't that shocking?
Yeah.
You think, oh well, if there's a robber gonna rob something, or a thief, he's gonna want to do it anyway. But how could they feel
might not
that?
then.
How could they feel that? I mean, there's like these vibes.
Well, there's even
this
been
energy.
studies done in communities where they put more trees up and they painted beautiful murals on that, on how
Really?
the violence goes down.
Gosh.
Planted gardens.
Yeah. I can't
Because
remember
people
that
need
stuff.
connection, don't they? They need nice things around them to feel as if they care for things.
Yeah.
I suppose it's like we used to teach our children not to be like horrible to their toys, didn't we? Like if they threw their doll down or their toys down, or their
we
little
would say,
pets,
"Oh, poor little
teddy bear."
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's all like being pathetic, even
Yes.
for something that is not alive.
Yeah.
And
Teach them
don't pull that toy around. Not only will it break, but it's not a kind thing to do.
It's not kind.
It's not kind, so that afterwards they learn that kindness is fundamental, really, even if it's with inanimated objects or with nature or with other humans. It's just a basic value, I think. Yeah, you are right.
nice.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah, the other day I saw a child,
so cute.
a child treating their doll really bad, like pulling its hair and throwing it on the floor.
And you
I thought that's kind of not right. I felt sorry for the child because I thought no one's ever taught the child to be kind and treat your toys properly.
Yes, so treat your toys with respect.
I suppose it's also where maybe thinking that the child was venting their anger on the toy, which could be good as well, I suppose, releasing their anger. But I don't know. I think there's more helpful ways of doing it.
Yeah, I think you can maybe release your anger through sport and
saying just telling. Talking about
verbally expressing it. That can be challenging for
because I think if children as well, if they see other children like treating their toys really badly, they're going to treat their toys really badly.
Yes.
Yeah, if you treat your toys with respect, you're going to be more respectful afterwards.
If you see one little boy really taking care of his Lego and putting it away nicely and looking after it, or the little girl, like what you were saying, with whatever she's playing and whatever toy it is, then yes, I think the other kids around you will say, oh wow, I'm going to do that as well, because they can be contagious by that. If they see it just
everything just thrown around and not taken care of,
not loved,
not loved,
because the same way as adults we can love our environment, we can love our homes, and we take care, and normally we all do that. We love what we buy and all our objects. You learn from doing that as a kid, so that can be contagious as well. So that's definitely one good thing. Definitely contagious.
So what are you going to be
contagious by
today?
Hopefully something good.
Or something helpful to you.
Helpful.
Let us know.
Yeah, something helpful.
Let us know what happened.
We've gone all thoughtful now, haven't we?
We have. We've gone into probably have a massive rant about it afterwards.
Yeah, we will now. I can already feel it coming.
It was funny the other day because I was editing the podcast, and after we turned the sound off, then we went ranting
the video off.
Yeah, the video and the sound off as well. We went on a massive talk about it for another an hour.
I know,
discussing it all.
Because it's kind of a way for us to also process it, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. I think it's helpful.
We're all learning together, really.
Yeah, it was just funny, really.
It was
really fun. So if you enjoy listening or watching, if you're on YouTube, please do follow us and do share with as many people as you can, because our podcast is growing.
It is.
Thanks to you, it is, because you're out there listening all over the world. We really love and appreciate you all.
We really do.
Lots of love and smiles from the English sisters. Bye for now.
Bye.